How are we living creatures? Today's video is all about what I would build if I was in low elo. If I was anything sub-diamond, I would build this probably every game. And it starts with damage runes, going lethal tempo, and sack the inspiration for a little bit more damage from the domination tree. And the build is something like Bork, Black Cleaver into STERAKS, which is practically, like, you can't really change that. Fourth item, I would probably go something like Sundered Sky. And then fifth item will be Spear Visage or GA as needed if they are doing a lot of magic damage. Spear Visage works incredibly well with Sundered Sky and STERAKS. And this is just kind of one of the things that I would do, only because it answers the age-old question of, yo, Logan, Bork or Titanic, right? I get that question every day, a million times. And it's going to get answered this video, which would help through the idea of putting myself in the low elo shoes. The idea is that when you play Titanic, you have a short burst window with doing that fast combo, right? W auto, Q auto, Titanic, W2, right? And when you play Bork, you can just deal more damage and you can catch people lacking a lot more through the fact that you have Bork slow, more damage, more attack speed, and lethal tempo ramp up in case someone tries to bail them out. In high elo, oftentimes you need to work with shorter timers because people will realize that they're in a bad spot after they've done it, you know, when they make a mistake because they're human, right? And Titanic's really good about getting a good bit of damage onto that and then resetting and doing it again. That's one of the biggest pros to it. Whereas in low elo, a lot of times people will be far out of position and you're able to get so much more value out of, you know, damage runes and a damage focused build. So that's what we want to do. The first thing to do in low elo, obviously, get your full clear rocking, right? Oh my god. You know, talk about low elo. Sometimes you see a flash like that. As you can see, your clear speed is definitely really good. You are playing against Xin Zhao. This is a tough matchup for Briar. Mostly, all bruiser matchups are pretty bad when you're the bruiser that's losing. I won't really say it's bad for Briar. It's just, you know, that's the bruiser way, right? If he can walk towards me and beat my rear, life is gonna suck, and that's it. Now, it's pretty obvious that this is a bait for Xin Zhao because of the fact that I did bot grab with 0 repercussions. So, this right here is just a damage gank. We're gonna buffer our W2 into the taunt to make sure that his taunt doesn't let him get farther away, and then he flashes, and then I never got my W2. Right? That's what we don't want. I'm actually okay with not even... Please go in on that. I'm okay with not even going to his Raptors here either. Mostly because Galio is going to TP and our mid lane wants to recall. Now, don't get baited by your teammates who ping bad invades like that. You have to take a hand in this, right? You have to decide what is good, what is bad. I decided that was bad. And I can explain why. So let's say me and this person hop into call. We could most definitely hash it out. But either way, so your low elo game plan is pretty simple. You do the full clear, you do some mid gank damage, right? And then you're going to get your recall going. Now again, Bork is awesome for catching people lacking, but you do lack tankiness. So it is very important that you, one, spend all your money ASAP, right? You need to get this first item as soon as possible. And then secondly, buy double ruby crystal the moment that you can. Don't ever misunderstand how good Briar is just being a little bit more tanky, because that could be the difference of you getting a million more autos because your W2, you know, healed you enough to keep you up on top of that. Now, I would say my mid laner is, as you say, cooked. Oh my god, he did it. What a goat. Nice. Now, that actually messes up Xin Zhao's game plan a lot. So he did 28 farm, right? And then he got 2. So 28 to 30 to 34 to 38. So both of his topside camps are up, and I've actually completed my clear. So if I go to Dragon right now, I could actually get level 6 and then ult him at grubs that are spawning in 15 seconds. Or I could take the bot gank. I myself prefer to go objectives when I have a steal timer. Most of the things that make me think I have a steal timer is the fact that, like, you know, I call it a steal because their bot lane's technically stronger, and because of that, you would want to not be near this dragon, but because we just saw their jungler go topside, I can use that to my advantage. Assume that he's not coming right back down here, especially not knowing that I'm in the pit. We're going to go ahead and grab this. Now, do you need to ult this? No. Is it the Briar way? Yes. So we're going to try and send it here. At worst, I just take the clear on this crab and try and gank bot. He's not even on it, guys. We are living. So he might have felt the pressure of his topside 2 camps being up while I was farming. And that could be the reason why. We don't exactly know why. I'm trying to really gauge if my bot lane I can leave them here. They seem like they might just die, like the moment that I walk away, which would suck. But one of the biggest things to do as jungle and low elo is don't over gank, man. Let the map speak to you, man. If a gank looks free, it probably is. But full health ganks are what you don't want to do. If laners are fighting, or if enemy laner is 50% health, that'll be the time to go. Wow, this guy really isn't here. I almost want to say he's bot side then. Or he's just on a really inefficient top side. I don't know. He does have Galio ult, so if Darius doesn't pull Galio out of that animation, we might just cry. I'm going to sweep. Since Galio went off the map for that 1 second, I decided to sweep just to try and deny them the vision. I think walking to this as a fight is really good. One thing I'm going to greed right here. Bam. Get that. We're going to send it in here. We're going to try and E. Put him into the wall. We broke his R. That's good. If Darius can get ult, that could be super sweet. I think I'm going to play just to kill them all here myself. Really huge. And Lethal Tempo actually went kind of crazy there. Lethal Tempo gave us a ton of damage. PTA also would have given us a good amount of damage, but if we gassed out with no W killing Galio there, Lethal Tempo might have been the diff, so that was really good. So we just saw Kale ult. Diving this is very risky because you risk just standing under turret and crying about it. But if Aurora can actually get turret aggro, we could be good. So I'm going to try and wait for her to get aggro, and then we'll go. So I'm going to wait for the range to go up. I'm going to wait for her auto to go through. And then we're going to send it. And I think we actually die here just because of minions. Not too bad. Her flash bought enough time for her, so that was actually well played. But generally speaking, we went for that because it gave us enough money to get the Bork. Again, we're on a 9-minute Bork right now. That is really good. We're carrying the game. If you get your first item by 10 minutes or less, you should be very happy. Don't let her do this to you, bro. Great job. Alright, so back on the horse. We're going to go top down like we want to. The next objective is, in fact, a dragon that is 2 minutes away. The best thing about that is, well, we need to clear for 2 minutes. Oh, nice. It is interesting that he went Executioner's Calling on this first recall, so he's dead set on trying to cancel out our healing. A lot of you think that that matters. Very often it is more of a grief for them, because now Briar on one item, like we've already talked about this whole video, is one of the strongest points you'll ever be in. If you're another bruiser, or another champion generally, that doesn't have the first item, you do not stand a chance. The only thing I need to do is put the money in the bag, get my full clear, and once that's done, we will go fight anything. So the best thing to do right now is, you know, a lot of people say jungle is boring because they're, you know, farming sim, but actually it's more about planning, right? Look at the map right now and try and figure out what sums they use to make your next fight stronger, right? You know, try and watch the map a little bit, see what you can figure out that could benefit you in the future. So we might think that Zinzao's here with the way that he walked, right? We almost had the feats win if I get one more dragon, so. Does he have a blue buff? So his blue buff is old, so that makes me think that my stuff is here. We're going to pull this into the bush just to give him one less chance of seeing my stuff and stealing it. Nice. We see Zinzao walking up towards mid. What level is he? He is level 7. I'm going on to level 9, so we are looking very strong here. I have 30 seconds, and I'm going to do exactly what I would tell you guys to do. Go for that double ruby crystal right now, and then right as you go for that, realize that there's a bot gank, and go ahead and take the bot gank. Immediate Q for people that have movement abilities, just because you want to get one more second of you hitting them. And the idea of you immediate Q with this build is that you'll proc the Bork slow, so you'll get closer to them before that follow-up W. Now remember, The best thing about low elo is the fact that if you invalidate enemy jungler, that's almost enough to flat out win. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually picking up the dragon, grabbing the feats, but also giving him no reason to go bot side. And then when I do that, I'm going to reset and actually going to stop him on grubs too. So it's important to, you know, kind of just, you know, read the map a little bit, right? Read the map a little bit. So AD, Mercs, AD. So you could go something like this, actually. You know, when do you go boots? I mostly just wait for the, you know, the money to speak to me. You know, like if I had the choice to go double ruby crystal or tabbies, I would go double ruby crystal because that's very, very important for briar, as I've said a million times probably at this point. But after that, you know, if you had just 900, instead of going pickaxe, you could go tabbies if you expected to fight Xin Zhao. Now, unfortunately, I was wrong about this guess. He's, in fact, bot lane right now. But he should be here, and because he's not, I gain more value out of just getting these grubs than what I lost through not buying more damage to do these faster and then to get a bot lane because I bought more damage. That makes sense. And one of the biggest things is keeping a level head in low elo, but you guys don't need me to say that for the 90th time, right? You guys already know. I'm big about controlling your mental. One of the best things that you can do for yourself. Now, we don't know where Galio is. Galio's mid. Xin Zhao should be heading here, so I'm a little bit wary using my E like that. Oh, we actually see him. I'm going to play to counter this dive. He's going for my Soraka 100%. I struggle to guess where they're going to gank at. So there it is. I think Triss might jump here, so I'm going to send it there. And I'm way off with that one. Bad guess. I'm still walking. That's really all that matters to me. Oh, they might have it. Yeah, they do. So Triss now has jump. We're going to assume that she doesn't have R. So I'm here. They know I'm here. Right, I'm going to act like I don't know they're there just to wait for that shield to drop. And I think I might kill... I might die for this one. Just because I think I actually die to Yuumi here if I do die. And that could be pretty good. And if I don't die, that's also pretty sweet. Duke that W that's coming. Ah, man. I missed the jump over the wall. No! Okay. Pickaxe could be cool, but I like the Phage movement speed. One thing people don't realize is Phage, attacking unit grants 20 movement speed. Well, you get that off your passive, your bleed passive. Same thing for Darius. I don't know if that's intended because it's not you attacking, or is it? It's not basic attacking, but you get the movement speed forever, so I think it's very valuable. A little bit more ability is always pretty good. In the big picture, like, dying to Yuumi is best, right? Real quick, I'm going to flip my path to go towards the Rift Herald, so I'm actually going to, you see how I have 4 camps up? I can actually just choose where I go, and I'm going to choose to go to topside here. Now, the only thing we have to worry about is the duo bot lane right here, right? Bunny and Null, they're kind of cooking, but I think we'll be just fine. With this build that's made to kill stuff, I think we'll do quite well. Yeah, so do you ever have 4 camps up like that? You can actually take that moment and just change your path. So now I'm just pathing bot to top. And I don't lose anything because I wasn't hitting camps in that moment. And that actually puts me on top side for my red buff. The only thing I'm leaving behind is my blue that's up in 20 seconds. But 5 camps, I think I'll be just fine. 5 camps, I'm here for the objective. I kind of like that. Now their top laner did die again. We have 32 seconds till Rift Herald. So again, get as many camps as you can. Don't worry too much about the random fight just yet. Because the random fight would be bad for you if you had camps up. Now, we would kill this Galio like nothing, right? The problem is he might buy enough time for his team. We're going to grab this wave real quick. We're 100 gold from here. I'm going to step up. Because we have vision, I'm going to step up. And I'm just going to look for Xin Zhao here. Hopefully not on a ward of theirs. I haven't found Xin just yet, so that actually makes me think he's bot side. In fact, it is. At this rate, since he's there, we're just going to trade the objective for the Darius. Rift Herald can be worth, like, you know, way more than 300 gold is the way to see it. He actually got one too. That's Darius for you though. But so the idea is that, like, right, Rift Herald, if you use it at a good time, should be getting a tier 2 turret, which is 700 gold for your team. So if you trade one person for Rift Herald, you're up tremendously. Alright. Now again, these last 3 items are all kind of, like, you've kind of figured out. If you need MR, you go Spear Visage. You need Tenacity, you go STERAKS. And if you need more damage, you go Sundered Sky. So I kind of want Sundered Sky right now, just because I don't really need to be too tanky in this exact moment. I mostly just need to make sure Tristana dies. So that's really what it comes down to. STERAKS would be like if they had way more CC. If it, if this was a Sejuani top and they had really good CC for me, then STERAKS would be insane. Because you can't kill people with your dead, right? Now that wasn't a very good play on their end. This guy just dies, right? I'm going to take that timer. Instead of going to my camps, I'm actually going to approach their camps here. And just kind of check them out a little bit, while also scouting to Rift Tier 2 for that 700 we were talking about. Let's see, how would they react if we did that? I'm not going to drop it till I see enough players. So we were pushing top, mid, and bot right now. Zin's bot and Galio is, so that leaves only Kale to be here. Kale's bot, that's fine, we can Rift for the damage. Darius could step up with it. I'm going to step up to help my boy here. W once he gets close. We're going to eat him into the wall. Make sure that we can do that. Did he get Kale hard? What is going on? I need some juice. I need Soraka to hit me with some juice. There it is. There's the juice. Oh, man. Give me hop! Give me hop! Nice. I mean, if he uses all that, we're fine. Hey, you want to use all that for that? Do you know that there's Otacon spawning? Yeah, I don't know about that. So that's more of like a high elo thing you have to think about, right? If Galio, the only person in their front line, right? So think about how fights work, right? The tanks walk people in, and then the damage can do damage. Well, their tank doesn't have flash, right? So he has to walk through Aurora spells, Soraka and Ezreal just shooting spells at him the whole time. That's awesome, because that means either Otacon is free, or Otacon and Dragon Soul is free, because he wants to flash there. That's, you're not too mad at that. Now, boot upgrade is something that gets better at the longer the game goes, so don't prioritize getting boot upgrade too early, unless they're exceptionally good that game. The only times it'll be exceptionally good is if all 5 players it counters. If they had 5 AD flat out, I would go Tabby's upgrade, right? If it's not exactly that, I'm not going. So that's just how simple it is. Now, it looks like we could just look for an ult play down there. Obviously, we don't want to risk it. Get your farm up because Otacon's spawning. Now, our Rift Herald didn't actually kill the bot turret, but it did slam for most of the damage. So we'll probably get Otacon, win the fight, and then get that 700 gold to certify that Darius' previous life was worth it. Now, this crab's also very good because it gives away a flank angle. They were to try and take it. So again, always watch your crabs, you gotta pay attention to your crabs. Now, I'm in a good spot here with vision denial. I'm gonna keep trying to facilitate my team to the correct spot. Soraka's kind of caught on the wrong side here. We need Darius. Can you come? That would work really well if he could. Here I might be on ward, so I know this isn't warded, so this is the best place to look. I want to step away from this ward so that it actually shows, so they don't know that, someone's in here because of that. Yeah, it's cooked. That's okay. What can I do in this free time? So they get Otacon for sure. We want to play for Dragon Soul, so I'm going to go for mid turret. Kale at least has to answer one of the two. Our Darius definitely trolled going top lane there. There's zero reason to do that, but top laner brain can be very funky at times. Because a lot of top laners play, a lot of top laners will play this, non-macro game often because they're in top lane, and sometimes you just get shoved into a lane the whole game. And you know, it feels kind of bad at times. They often don't learn macro that well, so I try and give them the benefit of the doubt there. Because, like, oftentimes, top laners don't get to do as much macro as everyone else. It might seem obvious to you, because you do macro plays, right? Playing jungle, that's your whole job. Yeah. Now that one, right, that one, I don't know, man. Only Darius, only one of them, only one soul laner can get the pass for griefing like that. Oh, the FF, look at that. Real game. Defend this. WTF. Were you the guy that just TP'd into death? That gave him the opportunity to do that? That's a weird thought. I had a feeling he was in there. Yeah, we gotta try and juice through this. Nice. Go ahead, dodge that. See if he'll take the bait. We do a lot of damage here. We just gotta make sure that we don't waste it somewhere, like by missing a W2 right there. Huge clutch up for me, and now I get us the Dragon Soul. I'm gonna just sit in base and watch this Lakers game. This Darius has to lose. I'm so done. Can SMD for real garbage Darius? Uh-huh. Anyway, Dragon Soul coming to me. 1200 smite. Bam. We do have our good item. That makes happiness real. Right now, because no one on my team is in a bad spot, I'm not like under any scrutiny to like go recall, get my items. I have a small timer to look for my camps here. In late game, it gets tough to find timers to do your own camps. One of the best times is when you see your team's just on your side of the map. Okay, nice. Good. Sundered Sky. Oh, this is a tough one. I think this is better. I like Tonal or Pink Ward also, but feeling pretty good about this. Feels important for me to do damage here. Because I am the one that's supposed to kill Trist here. As you can see, right? Killing people is no problem if you don't ever mess up your W2s. Just gotta make sure that you're not ever missing a W2 for no reason. Okay. I would win this fight really hard, but I'm gonna try and pull this fight closer to my side. The fight looks really bad once again. Oh, that looks good. If I hit this, it's over with. Nice. Oh. I'm going to use W till I know I can reposition it to make sure I hit Yuumi. Good damage. Baron's up in 20. I think going inhib's a little bit better. We don't have a wave till here, so let's actually swap to topside. Definitely go ahead and grab this mid wave, because if you get the wave now, that's a wave that's not fighting deeper here when you go for Baron if you were to. Nice. So they have Zinzao up in 4 and everyone else in 10. You can see it on the right side here. So going like 2 inhibs is pretty solid. Killing the minions is one of the most important things. Get your minions hitting with you. On top of the fact that, again, it's more minions that you keep on your side of the map, or on their side of the map, which would get you prio in that way. I'm going to call back off on this. We're going to go ahead and grab our STERAKS. 5v5 Baron. Again, I typed the correct play, and I only type it once. And maybe I'll throw some more pings, right? Just to make sure everyone's focused. But generally speaking, I'm not going to sit here and babysit and do too much. I've noticed that when I've IGL'd or in-game leadered in other games, I've often over-IGL'd, and that actually caused me to play worse. So what I try and do is I say the call, that's it. Not going to go further than that. Not going to, that's it. You get it one time. Right now, there's obviously a Hail Mary play for them. They can't really win this. My plan is to just queue over and get this smite, or ult in and win. so close. We smite at 1239 there. Ult in on the Zinzao, make sure he dies, right? Kill the free people first, and then hit everyone else with your team as possible. AoE with your W there. Sundered Sky procs are important here. Make sure to hit everyone ASAP. And there you go, you carried the game. Wow. Now, obviously, you see, the runes are going crazy. The build, yeah, did you not see some of these plays? So this is what I do if I was playing low elo, is I would just go with this kind of build myself, just to make sure I could carry these fights. You know, think about the play down here. Do you think that those extra damage runes made the difference? And that's kind of the idea. Now, again, I would say learn the more consistent stuff if you want to, you know, play the thing that you're going to play when you hit high elo. But this is how I would escape low elos. High damage, get it going, make it work. And the cool thing about it is, like, this build doesn't do too bad in higher elos, right? I think this account is, like, D3 or something. None of these people deserve honor, so I'm going to be honest. But, you know what I'm saying? Let the right side up. Yeah, so we're 2 games from D2. So, yeah, we're relatively low elo, right? And, again, we did low elo for this game to make sure that some random stuff happened, right? So that's good. So, I mean, insane damage taken. Insane damage done, so, or flip that. Good. Better team wins. Always does. So yeah, you guys have a good one. Thank you so much. Hopefully you understand the point of this video. We answered Bork or Titanic, by the way. You guys have a good one. Thank you so much. Peace.